Let's look at the rest of the day's business news, including the markets. That Sky fell 7% on. Jonathan Mitchell beaming in from Wellington. Hi, Jono. Lovely. Whoops, so Daisy beaming back, and you've re-beamed. It's lovely to have you with us in that magnificent shirt.
Thank you, John.
Another busy day today. The business outlook too, improving slightly.
That's right. This is an ANZ survey looking at the business outlook. There's still a level of pessimism out there, John, and at 19% pessimistic, but doing a lot better than December when there was a net 40%. I guess companies have been unsure about the economic outlook given the policy changes of the new government. On top of that, the economy is sort of being moved now by terms of trade, so things like construction and migration have sort of been put to one side. But I spoke with ANZ's Chief Economist Sharon Zollner earlier today. Here's what she had to say.
We are hearing stories around the traps that perhaps businesses have become a little less alarmed about the change of government. Certainly this government's been working pretty hard to convince businesses that they are listening to them and consulting. So I think that might be a part of it. It's not unusual for politics to push around measured business confidence. We saw firms' estimate of their own activity hold up quite a lot better. It stayed in the black at least, but it also is below its historical averages, suggesting that it isn't quite all guns blazing at this point.
So how would you describe this survey? Businesses are, becoming more upbeat?
More upbeat, but I wouldn't call them upbeat as such, in that business confidence and the key own activity measure are both below their historical averages. So certainly improving, and hopefully that will continue as we go along. But certainly from talking to firms around the country, they do appear to be getting on with things in terms of employing staff and investing.
It's Sharon Zollner from ANZ Bank. What else did the survey show, Jono?
Well, it shows the economy is probably going to grow around 2 or 3% this year. As Sharon Zollner pointed out, employment intentions and investment intentions have risen. But if we look at inflation, those expectations have fallen. That's unlikely to move the Reserve Bank, though, likely to stay on hold with its official cash rate all year.
Right, we've already covered the Sky TV result, which was fascinating. It's going to be interesting to see what they do. Other numbers came across your desk today too, right?
Yeah, New Zealand refining was an interesting one. They managed to navigate the pipeline leak last year with an improved profit. It was just over $78 million. That was off the back of higher margins. As well, TradeMe, the advertising website TradeMe, it was a fairly flat profit for them, around last year's $46 million. That was despite strong growth in its classifieds business. It's expecting its full year revenue to match last year's.
And what else happened on the markets today?
We ended up 13 points to trade at 8,374 and the $72.3 US cents and 92.8 Australian.
Jonathan Mitchell, thank you very much indeed.